Assalamu alaikum guys. As you can see, I'm outside Regency Hospital. 2 days after the charity boxing exhibition, I've got a knee operation. So I injured my knee last year playing football and I've torn my meniscus. So now I have to get that either repaired or trimmed. And today is operation day. So come with me. Oh! What I've actually got is a medial meniscus involving the body and posterior horn consistent with a complex meniscus tear. So that's what I've got, so that's what I've come to get repaired or trimmed. At the same time, I've got minor ACL damage and the MCL damage as well, so I don't know what they're going to do with that. I don't think they're going to do anything with that. I think I've just come for the meniscus tear, so let's see how it goes.
Right, we'll see you in theatre. When you come to theatre, we'll drip out you to sleep and so on.
Okay.
Right, any questions?
No. I'm just yapping away. And I'm also going to put this thing on my face. And then I just laugh. Ooh, it's hot here, then.
Yeah.
It's day 2. Day 1 was my operation, and alhamdulillah it went well. The operation itself was a arthroscopy and partial medial and lateral meniscectomy. So basically there are two options of either repairing my meniscus or trimming it. And what the doctor said was, once they were in there was a lot of fragments, it was very worn, so they couldn't repair it, so they decided to do the trimming of it, lateral and partial meniscectomy. Initially the first issue was that I was dizzy, drowsy, and I was just puking up. Every time I sat up, I would puke up. Every time I'd have something to eat, it would come straight out. So that took longer to get rid of. So they don't let you out until that is resolved. So I was there 7 o'clock in the morning. I left at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So and then the whole of yesterday was just resting, leg up, just taking it easy, trying to get over that drowsiness and dizziness. They did say there was going to be a lot of pain. They did give me codeine, and also they said I can have paracetamol. Right now the pain isn't too bad, it's bearable. I took the codeine before, they advised me to take the codeine before going to bed so I can have a good night's sleep. But it's day 2 and I think the swelling's wearing off. The anaesthesia that I had is wearing off. They give me general anaesthesia and also local anaesthesia, so I think that's all worn off by now. Now I can feel the surgery took place, etc. So, and they gave me obviously some exercises to do. So they said straight away day 2 start your exercises. So strengthening your legs, strengthening your quad, tensing your quad, etc. So I've got to do this 2 to 3 times a day. I've already done it once in the morning. I'm going to do it again, and then one at night time. So while I'm doing this, I'm watching the charity boxing exhibition, because I did the boxing exhibition on Sunday and I had the operation on Tuesday, so I've not had time to actually sit back and watch everything. So I'm just going through the boxing fights, having a feedback on that. I thought I might as well document this journey to help anyone that's got any similar injury, and also to explain how I did my rehab, how I got from here to hopefully, inshallah, fighting fit again. So I want to get back to what I was doing, the fitness, the boxing training, the jumping around, the running. I want to get back to that, inshallah. So I'm going to take my time. The biggest problem for me, I think, is just taking it easy, because I can't feel so much pain. I'm telling myself I'm okay, and I think that is one of the mistakes what people make, is getting back too soon. So I've got to force myself, which I'm not used to sit, relax, and enjoy this time. So day 3, I was advised to go to the A&E. So from day 2, I had a calf pain, which I didn't think was anything big, but I rang the hospital and they advised me to go check it out at the A&E, because it could be a risk of blood clots because I've had an operation. So I was checked out in the AEC department, got my bloods done, had a scan done at the X-ray department. It came back negative, there's no blood clot. So thankfully that risk is out the way.
I'm guessing you're not pregnant?
Nope.
Yeah.
Ever injected drugs in your veins?
No. So I'm on day 7. I thought I'd give you a recap of the week. So I've dealt with the operation. I've got a calf pain, and it's still a little bit there, but I've had to deal with that. Deal with the scare of a blood clot because of that calf pain, tiredness, and boredom. They're the 5 things I've had to deal with this last week. The operation, not got much to say about that. That went well. The calf pain was an actual pain. It did my head in basically. But I think on the flip side, it made me sit down more than what I was probably thinking of doing. So it might be a blessing in disguise. The blood clot scare, I'm glad that was cleared. I still got to do a scan this week. Hopefully that'll come out clear as well. So that's okay. Felt tired, even though I'm not very active. I'm not doing much. I'm just sitting down. But I think in a way you get tired of sitting down as well and lying down too much. But I've been sleeping a lot. I don't know why. So I think that's good. Sleep is good for recovery. So you got to take that on board. And then the boredom has been bad. I've had the World Cup to watch. I've caught up on a few things, but you run out of things pretty quick because I'm literally in the house, not doing much. So I think going into the second week, I'm going to hopefully plan a bit more in terms of what to do. And I think if anybody's going through an operation, or if I'm going to go through an operation again, I would probably plan this part better so the boredom doesn't take over and boredom doesn't kill you, basically. But I'm a guy that's not used to sitting. I'm always active, always out and about. So just me sitting down is difficult. And on top of that, the boredom kicks in and it's bad. So I think that I will try and do that, trying to combat that better in the second week. Coming up to the second week, I'm going to carry on this exercises that they've told me to do. I'm not going to try and do any more than that. I'm just going to do that and go into the next week's appointment and then take you from there. So that's the 7 days. Let's see how the next 7 days goes. So the next 7 days went very similar. A lot of resting, a lot of watching football, a lot of this exercise of extending the legs, strengthening the quad, straightening the quad. So there's a lot of repeat work for the next 7 days. And try not to do too much, just getting over into the 2 weeks till I get back to the appointment where they take the stitches out and then tell me what the next step is for the following 2 weeks. So the next few days was just a lot of this, and then eventually I decided to get up and needed to do something else. So then I started to stay focused on trying to combat that boredom. And one way was to recap on the fights that occurred and answer a lot of questions of who was the best fight, who was the best fighter, when's the next show, etc. So all this was just to combat that boredom, and that took me over into week 2. So stay tuned.